Hey everyone, Joe the Aurora Hunter checking in from Oldtown in Yellowknife on a beautiful Friday afternoon. I think it's about minus 15 degrees, so springtime weather here on January 8th. Yes, you heard me correct. January 8th, and it's minus 15, probably like minus 14. Beautiful, holy man. So looking uptown over there, Oldtown, uptown. So this Oldtown here used to be where Yellowknife was in 1930s, 40s, and 50s. And then it started to grow and expand. As it expanded, they expanded to uptown and started building up there in the 1950s. When I was a little kid, when they put that road in, the pavement road there, I used to skateboard down that road. Even doing handstands down that road. Anybody who knows skateboarding, like I can't do a handstand normally, but if you're on a skateboard, I could do it because you can control your balance easier. So anyways, this is my part one of my Oldtown walk. I grew up here when I first got to Yellowknife, living with my grandparents on a road that might sound familiar to you, Ragged Ass Road. So here's some of these buildings that have been here since, wow, way long, since I was a kid. And we're gonna take a walk over here. I always had a dream of some apartments up on Tin Can Hill. Years ago when I was a kid, I thought that would be great. A great view of the Great Slave Lake. And then I guess somebody was thinking the same thing here about 5 years ago. I think they built those 2 years ago, actually. Very nice. Great location up on top of the hill there. I always thought that was First Nation land. Must have made a deal or something like that, because I remember it was in the news about 15, 20 years ago. They wanted to build a hotel up there and had to talk with Yellowknife's any First Nation. This way is the school draw, and I think there used to be a trailer court over there. If I'm correct, Bartum Trailer Court or Bantam Trailer Court. WB Services has been here forever. Water, delivering water. The Bromley family. Look at that blue sky. Oh my God, look at that blue sky and the sunshine. It's about 1:30 right now. The days are getting longer, and that's always great. So it's tough sometimes, forget 2 or 3 weeks, but 2 or 3 months of cloud. October, November, December, cloudy, can't see the blue sky. It can be tough. I mean, I've been here all my whole life and I'm finding it tough. It's tough, but when it's days like today's, whoa, really appreciate that much more, of course. One of my best friends growing up here in Ragged Ass Road, I think lived over here somewhere. Roland, Val, Conrad, and their mother, Miss Celine Conrad. I think Shirley and Joey were gone by then, so it was me and Roland and Valerie. So, you know what? Living on this road, I never knew what it was called. It's called Brock Drive, and then Bryson Drive, because I usually just stayed on Ragged Ass Road. And when you're kids, right? You just kind of we roamed around, but it was mostly to Weaver and Devore, to the waterfront, and just stayed around Ragged Ass Road. So the place that I used to stay, first of all, was right here. This is on the corner. And there used to be a small little white house. And I was living there with my grandparents. My grandfather, Joe Buggins, my grandmother, Judith Buggins, and myself and my little brother, Phil Bailey. We lived here. The reason why I think we lived here was because right across the street, Grant Beck Sr. lived. And that was good. He was good friends with my grandfather. So we'd go over there and I would listen to him as a little boy. Talk stories and tell, and they would visit each other and I'd listen to their stories. All right, there it is. Ragged Ass Road. Let's see if I can zoom in on that for you guys. The world famous Ragged Ass Road. I think only recently they started putting signs there because they always used to be stolen. So this is new for me. I'm not too sure, but good to see the sign. I think that's what they do now. Before they put these signs back up again, they gave it to all the households to put on their house somewhere. But they're back up again, so that's good. And unfortunately, no tours this year, so they definitely not getting stolen. So I think that Heberts stay there. I'm not too sure who stays there. Again, this is all kind of new. When I say new, I mean maybe the last 20 years, because I was here probably in the 70s growing up on Ragged Ass Road. So wow. No wind today, and I talked about it always. I always talk about that and say, let's see if you can see me here for a second. It could be minus 40, minus 45, but if it's no wind, it's nice. But the minute you get a little bit of wind, of course, it starts to get nasty. So it looks like we have no wind today. It's so calm, so nice, so tranquil down here in peace on Ragged Ass Road. That's a new one. A good friend of mine, Mark Rocher, lives here. Trevor Teed lives here. So another place that we used to live on Ragged Ass Road was right here. So wherever this garage here now, before used to be another little white shack, I think, or a little brown shack. You know, they used to have those sidings where they used to actually use the roof, the tar roof. They actually use it for siding. So again, my Judith Buggins, Joe Buggins, myself, my little brother lived right, little white house right here. And this was our playground right here for years. Cowboys and Indians, hide and go seek, kick the can. That has always been there. That hasn't changed since I was a kid. That's pretty cool. I think John lives there now. But right here used to be Mr. and Mrs. Rocher. They had a kind of like a Quonset house. Those half circle houses right there. I think Shelley lives there now, I believe. And John. So you got Mark Rocher, Trevor Teed, John Rocher, Shelley Rocher. I think she's got a married name now. Yeah, wow. Ragged Ass Road. So this was my world when I was a little kid here. Summer times we would play all day because you got the midnight, well, you almost got the midnight sun. And we'd play till 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd get home and I'm thinking it's about 11 o'clock. And my granny and my grandma would get mad at me because it's so late. But I lost track of time. We all lost track. We're just playing, having fun here. And then behind here, I can remember behind here was like a wood yard and lots of parties going on there. And it sounded like a fun place. But then I was only about 7, 8 years old. Nice. Yeah, so we used to hide all in here, hide in here. Let's see, who do we play with? There was John Rocher, Roland Conrad, Owen Semler, Darcy Beck, myself, my brother Phil, Valerie sometimes, and just play all day here. Great memories. Some nice houses down here now. I live way on the south side past Walmart, but so it must be nice and peaceful. Very nice here. That's a nice little house there. Again, Ragged Ass Road. So I'm gonna walk around until I get back to my truck. So I'll give you guys, you'll come with me. So I always tell our customers, because on our North Star Adventure Tour, I said, okay, if this was the end of June right now, the way this light is and the way the sun is down over there, if this was June, I would say it's probably about, and maybe you guys can help me out here, I'm going to say it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. It looks like it'd be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. The wood yard in the summertime would still be busy having fun. The home here of the late Les Rocher just passed away last year. Been there forever. So this was our route, of course. On Saturday mornings, we would pick up the, I think we'd go to the wood yard, I'm not too sure. Pick up all the pop bottles and gather them up, and we'd make our journey to Weaver and DeVore's over there. And we'd cash them in. And some of you heard me say this before. We would cash them in for candy. Dave would be there, Dave Weaver, and I tell him, he says, yeah, Joe, I remember you when you were a little kid. And we would cash them in for some pop and some Yellow Mojo. Yellow Mojo, that was the most popular candy. Those small little ones with also Bazooka Joe gum. There'd be about 3 or 4 of us would get our little bag of candies and we'd sit on the steps of Weaver and DeVore, and just, that was the start to our Saturday mornings. One time over here, I think Mary Rocha lives here, Jeannie lives there. No, Mary's there. Let's see if you can see that. Let's see how the zoom, wow, the zoom's pretty good. Mary Rocha, very cool. Good storyteller. When she came into our office and talked about the old days, I was so honored for her to do that. And I believe that's Jeannie Rocha's right there. But anyways, as I was saying, part of our Saturdays on a hot summer day in June, July, and it was hotter by then, and it seemed like there was more summer back then. You know, May, June, July, August, just warm, real summer. Now it's been cooler the last 10 years. I think 3 years ago it didn't get above plus 15, which is really crazy. And lots of rain, so it really wasn't a summer. Coincidentally, in August, I'd never seen so many houses for sale. So I can imagine the new people coming to Yellowknife are like, wow, beautiful, we're here. After 3 or 4 months, really? Let's get back to Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, let's go. So a lot of for sale sign. But anyways, as I was saying, we would go swimming over here in the Great Slave Lake on a hot day in July at plus 30 degrees. And one time we were gonna go there and there was Charlie Rib in the water with another female companion drinking their wine. I was probably about 8 years old. It's the first time I'd seen a bra on a woman. But yeah, so we were swimming there, and then Charlie Rib and some other companions would be just drinking wine, kind of also seeking refuge from the hot weather and just enjoying their Saturday afternoon. So if you come down to Oldtown now, Les put up all these wonderful little cabins, very cool. Coming in for a few days, for a weekend, even for a month, I think you can stay here. Everybody knows the old float base, renewable resource. It's called Environment ENR now, Environment and Natural Resources. Of course, the iconic Johnson's Building Supply. That was a good lumber store there. It was busy, as everybody knows. When you were down in Oldtown on a Saturday, it was busy in Oldtown. Hustling and bustling. People doing things. It was nice. It still is nice. It's a little bit slower now. But, yeah. Wonderful memories. Bretzlaff. Again, as a kid, I don't remember the name of these streets, but I'm learning them now. Bretzlaff. Okay, we're gonna cut across here or walk down here now. More of the log cabins here, very cool. Self-contained, you could live in there, it's very nice. So I used to play up in those rocks up there, the highest spot up there. Gallery of the Midnight Sun. Some of you can help me out here. Has that always been here? What was here before? Was there something else? Was the building here, and was it called something else, or has it always been the Gallery of the Midnight Sun? Let's go see what they say here. Willow Flats. As you walk through Willow Flats, a residential neighborhood established in the 1940s. you'll see some of the newest and oldest forms of architecture Yellowknife has to offer. Original one-room log shacks and modern houses sit side by side on the irregular lots that give Willow Flats its picturesque character. Stroll down our infamous ragged-ass road to the woodyard, named for the woodcutters who settled in this area. Located near the sheltered shore of Yellowknife Bay, the woodyard provides easy access to Great Slave Lake and has been home to many of Yellowknife's commercial fishermen and trappers since before World War II. Wow, very cool. Pilot's Monument. Of course, you can see no wind, so really good. Continuing our nice brisk walk. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. I love those stories of Yellowknifers that are here today still, and some of you also, well, I'm sure, that you say, well, Yellowknife? Okay, we'll go there for summer, we'll go there for a year, we'll give it 2 years. And 30 years later, they're still here. I love that story. I actually would like to write a book about that someday. So, another place I used to live right here too. Right. Yeah, walking back here, down here, bringing back memories. So, I used to live here also with my biological mother, Liz Bailey. And yeah, for some reason I always associate that residence there with Speedy Gonzales by Pat Boone. Oh, the new, and I'll talk about that maybe in my next video, but the new NWT Brew Pub, where the old Bartle and Gibson used to be, dilapidated for years. And these young, energetic entrepreneurs had this idea, bought the place and converted it into a mini brew pub, and very successful. So when you come back to Yellowknife, you got to come down and check out this place. I don't think they have any domestic beer. It's all their own beer. And so some pretty cool names too. So check that on the website, NWT Brew Pub. Okay, I'm walking down Bryson, I think it is. My truck is around the corner over there. So as I was saying, you know, a lot of people coming here to stay for 6 months, visit a friend, and then 20, 30, 40 years, still here. Wonderful story. So of course, from here, from Oldtown, we'd go uptown as kids. Let's see, what can I remember at that time? Roy's Confectionery, YK Super A Foods, which of course we just heard that Mr. Wong had just passed away recently. I remember it used to be, I'd see him walk in the hallways of the YK Center, just checking out the stores, I guess. YK Super A Foods. The Tog Shop, possibly. YK Radio. At first, I think it was, oh my goodness, what is that? You guys can help me out. The burger place beside KFC. And of course, KFC. Mr. Jason and KFC with the big bucket. That was always iconic advertising. Lenny's Burger, I think it was called. The building is still there, but yeah. And then of course from St. Pat's School, always go there for lunch. Yeah. Wow. And of course, always we have our prop planes flying around. The Twin Otter. What are some of the airlines that used to be operating when you guys were here? Raycom Air, Ward Air. Now it's Air Tindy, and a new one called Amic Air. Yeah, very nice, quiet neighborhood. Really nice. And you know, lots of nice houses down here now. When I was living here when I was younger, of course, smaller houses. But look at that one over there. Man, looks like an apartment building. 1, 2, 3 floors. This one here, like I was saying, where I used to live, my first residence on Ragged Ass Road. That one, look at how big that white shack we lived in was probably no bigger, maybe 3 times the size of that greenhouse. Maybe twice the size of that. That's very small. And now you got this huge. If my grandfather saw that, he would just shake his head.
Hi, Joey.
Hey, fish!
How's it going?
I didn't know you live here.
I live on the same property that my late parents took me home to when I was born.
I thought it was over there.
No, that's where Bromley lives. Mitch Bromley and his wife.
I'm just doing a video walking around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I posted on YK Memories.
Oh, nice.
And a lot of people, I'm surprised, it's pretty cool. They're like, hey, thanks a lot, Joe. We can't wait for you to do the Oldtown. And I said, this is part 1 because Oldtown, I got to do more, right? So this is only part 1. But I thought you guys, no, it's always been here. There must have been a house back there, eh?
Well, my grandparents had a place way back there before the city appropriated it. But isn't that a nice word for stealing?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's some recourse for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, what a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Val. Right on. Must see. Have a nice weekend.
And you as well.
Yeah, must see. Wow, that was nice. I talked about it. I was walking by here. Some of my friends, Roland and Val Connor. There she is. She's still down here. Wow. What a nice surprise. And still looking good. Good for her. I always believe, you know, be positive, think positive, and you're gonna, you know, your body's gonna respond in a positive way too. So I always try and be positive, be thankful for every day. Try and be happy. Of course, things happen that are not good, so, you know, take it, accept it, and process it and move on. So, whoa, that's so there's a new subdivision over there that goes to the lake. That's a nice little area. It's got about 10 houses over there, so they must have just made this road recently. All right. So they have the recycling depot, one of them many in town, so that's good. And good to see people participating actively in that program. The new subdivision, if you could see way on top of the hill over there. Niven subdivision. Another idea that I had when I used to play baseball, slow pitch at the field just over here, Fritz Field. I'd look up there and think, wow, somebody should build some houses or apartments up there again for a great view. So, in about 5, 6, maybe even 10 years ago, they started building that subdivision, Niven subdivision up there. I always felt they should have called it Niven Heights. You know, trying to think like we're a big town. All right. If I'm not mistaken, when I was very young, I think this used to be the Yellowknife. You guys can help me out with that. But again, a beautiful Friday afternoon, downtown, not downtown Yellowknife, Oldtown Yellowknife. And this is part 1 because Oldtown, like I was telling Val, you know, there's more. I got to go across there and show some places over there. So this is part 1. That might be part 2, maybe next week or the week after. And that'll be part 3 way down over there. But for now, woo, only minus 15, 16, but you spend some time out there. And if you're not dressed properly, of course, it can be cold. So again, hope you're doing well wherever you are. I am here in Oldtown Yellowknife. Beautiful day. And wishing you a happy, safe weekend wherever you are. Stay safe. Again, great news about the vaccinations. And hopefully, you know, it keeps getting more better news as we go along. So until next time, take care. And feel free to send me a message if you want. My Facebook name or on here, Joe Buffalo Child. My Instagram, for those that have it, is Aurora_Hunter. And if you're using Twitter, Aurora_Hunter. And any suggestions about Yellowknife you'd like to see, for sure I'd be happy to do that. So take care. See what's happening. Friday night, look at the skies. Gonna be good for Aurora. Clear skies, and as many of you know, the Aurora capital of the world, 98% chance. If you got a clear sky, you have a 98% chance to see the Aurora tonight. Okay, take care. See ya. Happy weekend. Stay safe.